Tasty Tuesday.
It's Tasty Tuesday with Candace and Natalia.
Hello.
Natalia's behind the camera, just like usual. We're coming to you from the Girl Can Cook cooking studio and kitchen in beautiful downtown Broken Arrow's Rose District. So I get a lot of questions about how you cut stuff up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cut some shit up.
Cut some shit up.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a little bit of carrot, a little bit of celery. I'm gonna show you just some tricks. It's not really tricks. It's kind of sensible things.
Tips maybe?
Tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks.
Yeah. So first of all, sharp knife. You have to have a sharp knife. That's the most important thing. Otherwise, it's just gonna drive you crazy. So carrots roll around. You don't want them to roll around. So cut them down the center like that.
And that goes for any veggie that's round.
Anything. Anything. So we're gonna put those guys over there. Now, if you want a smaller cut, you can cut them in half again. But if you don't, you can leave them like that. And then you want a rocking motion on your knife.
So the tip of the knife stays on the board, and she's rocking back and forth.
And it just slides through.
Got her little fingers curled in the back so you don't nip a tip.
Nip a tip? No nipping tips.
No.
Okay, and then everything is pretty uniform.
And that's very important when you're cooking.
Yes.
That's something that people don't realize.
Because if your food isn't uniform, in other words, all the same size, everything cooks at a different rate. Okay, so that's carrots, very simple, straightforward. Then we have celery.
Oops, sorry, I didn't know you were coming
It's
up.
a celery.
Let me find it.
Okay, so you don't want this end because
Ew.
it gets bitter. And this end is kind of bitter as well. So we're just gonna get rid of those. You can use those in stock or soup or whatever. Okay, now, all you really need to do with celery is just kind of wipe it off. You don't need to go through all kinds of washing of it. So to make it easier for you to deal with, I still have carrots running all over
Everywhere.
the place. So cut it into sections to make it easier for you to work with.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, celery doesn't necessarily roll around, and it does kind of give you a guide for where to cut it. Okay, so we want to make small cuts similar to the carrot, but not quite as small. So we cut everybody in half. Then we're going to do the same rocking motion. Your tip goes down on your board and you rock back.
Nice. You've done that before.
Just once.
Just that one time?
Only once. Yeah, this is my second time.
You're really good for your second time.
Yeah, thanks. So this is a technique that you can apply to really everything. And again, you want, depending upon your recipe, you either have big pieces or small pieces. This is a small piece one. This would be like if you were gonna make a mirepoix, like we talked about earlier.
So what is this in a recipe? Is this a dice? Is this a chop? Is this a mince?
This is a small dice.
Okay.
Okay. You can make it even smaller, which really you'd start going into mincing territory.
And mincing would be like confetti size.
Mincing is confetti size. So that's just to give you a general idea of basic knife skills that we do here in the kitchen. And when we do teach knife skills, this is the kind of stuff that we work on. And the other thing to remember is the first time you do it, you're not going to be an expert. You have to practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect.
That's right.
So that's knife skills today on Tasty Tuesday. You can find us at thegirlcancookschool.com. You can also find us in the Rose District. We have a Facebook page, Chef Candace Conley, The Girl Can Cook, and an Instagram, which is at Girl Can Cook. We also have a podcast.
Very important podcast.
Not a Single Fork. You can find us anywhere you like to listen to podcasts. And we talk about food and cooking, mostly no filters and really bad language. So I think you might get a kick out of it if you like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So one last thing.
And
I'm running for America's favorite chef. Please vote for me. There's lots of cool prizes, and you can vote every single day.